Okay, hello everybody. Just a couple minutes late because I'm working on project for tomorrow or Friday's class. But you saw pictures on our Facebook page yesterday of the new boutiques that we just got in. Oh my gosh, are they not absolutely gorgeous? And be watching because there's two brand new projects that I took the plunge and ordered. One is Hoop Sisters Navigator. I'll get that all set up on the page and be able to share the picture with you for anyone that wants to go above and beyond. 5x7 hoop, 6x10 hoop, and larger, all the way up to you can make a 5-inch block or a 10-inch block and create this absolutely gorgeous wall hanging or quilt. So I will get the details on that as well as their new exclusive for 2024. So they just launched that. So be watching. It will be coming as fast as I can get all this information. I got the phone call this morning from Kimberbell confirming the number of nativity CDs and embellishments that we needed. They call me for that because they're ready to ship. So it looks like they're coming out a little bit early. They had told us that it was the 14th, but if they called me today on the 6th, that means probably the 7th. So we should have them next week. As soon as we get them in, we will send them out. And since I'm talking about that, this is what I'm talking about. The new Nativity bench pillow. Now, we've sold out of the fabric kits, but we do have fabric. So if you need help with the fabrics, let me know. I've used some grunge. I've used a little bit of this tan's actually something I found in my stash. The background, and look at that gold, King Star metallic gold. Oh my gosh! So these are all made like silhouettes. This one is actually grunge on the back side. Did you know that our grunge fabric from Moda is a Bella Solid, meaning it's a solid color all the way through? Then they grunge it up like your old grungy jeans. So you can use both sides of the fabric. That is pretty cool. Then this one I haven't trimmed down yet, but there's Mylar involved in it. You see the Mylar sparkling up there on the angel? So I'm going to keep working on these, working away, and sharing with you as we go. I'm working on my OESD project as well. Let's see, Cuties will be on Friday. And I'm just going to show you this. It's one of the corner blocks. And the reason I'm showing this to you, now this is done in embroidery, but anyone out there that likes to do applique, sewing, these products that I'm going to show you work for that as well. There's lots of times when you might need to use either a water soluble or a heat topper. Okay, so this one I've got on here because these are all little itty bitty pieces of fabric. Okay, this now I'm not going to be able to take all of this away, but you can see you can tear it away. Okay, just like this. Then what's left on here can be water, get it wet, and it dissolves. So the reason I used it on this, and you could use it, now this is an embroidery project, but if you were doing a collage, you could do a collage, and we've done them, collage pillows, where you sew and you quilt on top, or you want to applique it. You don't want your foot to catch. So if you're doing different things where, you know, the fabrics may be raised up and you're sewing your furs, your, you know, those kind of things, you can use either the water soluble, which is this is what it looks like. So it's not just for embroidery. I can think of tons of uses. Whoops. that I can use this for, because you can sew through it. It holds it down smooth, and then when you're done, you tear it away, and anything that you can't get torn away, then you can get it wet. Now, if your material can't be wet, then, but you can use the heat, you can tear it away, and you want something more permanent underneath it, you can use the tear away the heat. This one's a little bit different, and we have several different brands, but this is one that's got little tiny holes in it. This one doesn't melt with water, you use the iron, but you can still tear it away. So there's lots of times when we use it for embroidery, but can also be very, very helpful in your sewing, your applique and stuff like that. So, wanted to talk tape. All right. Way back when, before everybody had their own brand of tape, you would buy painter's tape, or frog tape, or any masking tape, and we use those for everything. I would recommend not even medical tape, but those made for on your wall and that kind of stuff, you can use them, but they're not needle friendly. It means you're going to gum up and mess up your needle as you're sewing along. Then you're going to have to either clean it, replace it, or you're going to have problems. So Kimberbell came out with paper tape. Okay, and it's a really good product. Here again, anytime, whether you're doing embroidery or you're doing sewing and you need to hold a piece of fabric down, because you're going to applique on top. So a lot of sewers do applique with the decorative stitches and that kind of stuff. Well, this is made so that it's sticky. You can probably use it a couple times before you have to, throw it away till it doesn't have the sticky anymore. But you can take it to hold your fabric down before you stitch it. Now again, this is embroidery, but it could be for anything else. You need to hold your fabric. You want to do an applique and you want to hold it, and pins just don't really work very well because you can't get it through the fabric or whatever. Well, you can use the tape and hold it down, rub it down, it'll hold it in place, and then when you're finished, you just peel it away. It is needle friendly, so if you stitch through it, you'll pull it away, but if you stitch through it and you can't get the little bits of tape out, it's okay, you get it wet. You get it wet, it's paper tape, it will dissolve. So that's one of my go-to. I have multiple rolls of this. It comes in every Kimberbell event project, but it's still a really good tool to have in your sewing studio. Now, we do have some of the decorative, the Kimberbell decorative tape dispensers. They just came out with a new yellow one. I happen to have it right here. Didn't open it because I've got an orange one. It's the yellow one. It's made for their size tape and makes it nice because it's nice and heavy. Nothing worse than getting a tape dispenser and having to use two hands, or you pull it and it slides across the table. This won't. It's weighted down. So that's that's just a good gadget. And like I said, for any and everything. Now, R&K Embellish has their embroidery tape, and I do like it and I do use it. It does not fit in the in the same thing. It doesn't fit in the tape dispensers. You see that great big hole in the middle. It helps, gives you an extra hand, so you can use it. I even show pictures on here where you can use it to tape things down. But again, sewing as well as embroidery, you can use it to tape things down. You can use it to help mark your for your seam allowance, that kind of stuff. It's really, really sticky, not needle friendly, so it's not a good idea to sew through this one. Okay, now they also have, and yes, I have all the tapes and I use them. They're really, really good good purposes. This one, and you can ask my sister if you don't believe me on this one, the water soluble Stitch Perfection tape, needle friendly, double-sided sticky tape. Now, we use this is really good 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. So there's lots and lots. Again, we use them in our embroidery, but in your sewing, you're making a bag, you're making a pillow, you're making something that you have to turn, and then you have to finish it along the edge, either hand stitch or sew it down. Here you go. Because you can take this, and it's, you know, sticky on this side, press it down, and it will hold your stuff together. Okay, so you press it down. Let's see, need a scrap of fabric. Let me see what I got here. Okay, so say we need to take these two and we need to put them together. Well, you can take this piece, put it down right here like this, rub it down, then you peel it off so that you just have so it's held there. Now I can use it to press, and look at that, it holds my two pieces together, and it's going to stay there. It is it's water soluble, so it's not going to be used for hemming your pants, because when you wash them it will come out, but it will hold it in place like an extra set of hands. Then you can go ahead and stitch. You can stitch through it when you're trying to you know, maybe you've got to put this so you can hem it like that. It'll hold it. It works great for your binding. You need that, you know, to get that binding turned over and you're trying to pin it. That's just like having an extra set of hands. So it comes in the 1/4 inch. Then it also comes in 1/2 inch. So there's times when you need to use the 1/2 inch as well. So tape is a great gadget to have in your arsenal, no matter what type of sewing that you do. And if you're new to the sewing, then you know, it's one of those things. Add it to your toolbox, because there's lots of times that you're going to be using it, whether you're, you know, sewing or you know, embroidery. So that's my little gadgets for today. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get Mike on. He's going to talk, I don't know about what, but you know, Tech Mike. See what we can get him on to talk about some tech stuff. And then let's see, Friday will be embroidery tips. So we're going to talk about embroidery and embroidery tips on Friday. So guys, make it a great day. Oh, just set up the dime. Hold on. Go ahead and get registered for that. The dime quilt as you go. So you like to do embroidery, you want to learn, you know, quilting as you go, another brand, another technique. We have that free event coming up on October the 3rd. That's on, I think I just said that. No, yes, October the 3rd. That's on a Tuesday. So we've got that that coming up. So all things jolly from Hoop Sisters, as well as if you purchased other designs during the Hoop Sisters event and you're not sure how to get started, well, you can go on and register under All Things Jolly. It is September 22nd. It's on a Friday. It's going to be all day, and whatever your project it's focusing on, the things that in that wall hanging. And the wall hanging is back here behind me on the wall. Let's see if we can. Right there it is, All Things Jolly, up there on the wall. That's the one that we're focusing on. But if you, if you have a different one that you're working on, it doesn't matter. We're going to be working on that as well and talk more and introduce you to the Navigator coming up. That's going to be a major project, beginners as well as advanced. And then I'll be able to share with you the new one that they're coming out with 2022 2024, and it's going to be set up as a Facebook group. So that's going to be another cool project. So make it a great afternoon. Go sew something, and I will see you back tomorrow.